Good morning, welcome to Ag Talking Raw, where I talk raw about agriculture and other things that are on my mind. I need to shave. It's getting a little itchy. It's a funny thing, I have people ask me to grow a beard. Hey, grow a beard, you look awesome, Well, I've never been the type to just follow trends, and years ago, I grew a beard. My ex-wife hated it. People hated it. Oh, he looks so scruffy, that kind of thing. Now, today, people are growing beards and saying, I am a trendy metrosexual. Well, I'm not that way. I'm going to shave because I kind of want to. It's itchy. I'm gray. I mean, if you look at it, this is not white hair. It is white hair. It's not gray hair. It's white hair. I'm old. What do you want? I'm 46. I've earned those gray hairs, and this is kind of a pandy trait. I can't say that my grandfather had it because I never saw my grandfather with this here. But my dad, by the time his mid-30s came, he was white here, and mine kind of came in this way. But whatever. That's not what we're going to talk about today. So it seems like we're going to get in the field here a little bit, or we have been in the field a little bit, mowed a lot, baled a lot now. Several hundred bales have been baled in the last couple of days. Timothy has done the lion's share of that work because I was mowing and he was baling. So yesterday he baled a fair amount of hay with 0 misties on the Heston baler, and he flew through it pretty quickly. Baler's working wonderfully. I do not have footage of it, but if you go to Instagram, Tim Pandy on Instagram, you can see that hay going through that baler pretty quickly. Now, I have hurt my back, so if you see me kind of wincing a little bit in the videos that I will be putting up in the next few probably weeks, I swear my back hurts so bad. I heard it running the skid steer, so I kind of have a feeling I've bruised my spine. I don't really want to use anti-inflammatories for the simple reason that what that does is it takes the pain away and doesn't let me know I'm doing something stupid. I should not do that. Well, yesterday I had to change tires on the front of the 8530, and I had taken a couple of Advils in the morning. Well, I knew I was smart enough not to continue doing the heavy work, but I did it anyway. Not all of it, but, I had Joe and Tim there, and we worked pretty hard, and we got the tires on. All right, so, yes, I'm touching my face. The 17 million no-nos that you do when you're doing a podcast or a blog or a vlog or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so let's get down to brass tacks here. In the news, I guess I didn't finish what I was doing. Okay, so we're in a weather pattern that's allowing us to get some hay made. I'm not able to get it gathered up. I just don't have enough help. Saturday and Sunday, we're supposed to have rain again. There's some nor'easter storm coming, and Jesus, Pete, just when the ground starts to get somewhat solid enough that I could pull that 25,000-pound baler across it. The new tires on the front of the 8530 worked really well. It pulled me through, and I did have someone comment saying on the Instagram post saying that, the rear tires do 60% of the pulling or 70% of the pulling, which is not true. The front tires actually pull more in a four-wheel drive or a four-wheel setting than the rears. The front tires actually turn slightly faster than the rears, pulling the tractor through. So if you hang enough weight out over the nose of that thing, and your ground is, there's enough ground tension that you can, hook in really well, the front wheels will pull you through. They will pull you through. The rear wheels carry a lot of weight, and yes, traction, obviously, but the front wheel assist on those really, I think that it is 60% of the pull when you're weighted properly. Now, this tractor's not weighted properly, let me tell you. It is, not that it shouldn't be. I'm thinking of throwing every weight that I have up on the nose of that thing and seeing where it takes me, as far as traction-wise, because I do have to do hillsides today. And if I'm doing hillsides, I need the weight that I need up there to pull up, up these hills. I don't want to be clawing at the ground. God, my nose is running. Anyway, so that's what we're doing. But in the news today, let's put it this way. Let's go back to that Instagram post. The Instagram post that I put up yesterday was a photograph of Trelleborg tires made in the United States. Now, last year when I bought the tires for the back of the 7530, I was talking to the guys like, yeah, I'd really like to buy USA-made tires. And the guy sold me tires. He says, well, next year, or in a couple of months, you'll be able to see USA on these tires because they've built a plant here in the United States, or they've taken over a plant. I think they took the Titan, not the Titan plant, the Armstrong Titan plant, Goodyear plant, whatever. One of these plants over, and they retooled it for Trelleborg, and bada bing, bada boom, I have USA-made tires. So in the caption I wrote, welcome to America, meaning welcome to America, Trelleborg, and Trump 2020. Holy cow, did that fire up a few people. So in the news, we're hearing about 5,000 to 7,000 people heading towards the United States border, and they are supposedly seeking asylum. I don't think they're seeking asylum. They're seeking freedom, free shit. Let's put it that way. I don't know. Maybe they are seeking asylum. Maybe some of them are. Maybe the majority of them are. But there is a due process to get into this country. We are a nation of laws, and in those laws, if you don't follow those laws, we don't have a nation. So when you got 5,000 people that are headed towards a border and they're being funded by George Soros, who is sending them money and they're passing it out along the route, people are just handing $100 bills out to these people. Keep going, you're going to have the life of a lifetime, free housing, free food, free clothing, free medical, your families are going to be taken care of. You're going to the United States. Well, that's what they've got on their mind. So they'll take that long trek because free is great, right? See, free, it's free, it's for me, right? That's the way it works. But no, that's not the way it works. In order for them to come into the country legally under an asylum, they need to get themselves to an actual border crossing and present themselves to a border guard or I think it's an ICE agent or a border guard, just to say border crossing guard. And they need to say, I'm seeking asylum because I am being, destroyed in my country. My children have not that their children don't have a future. They're just looking for a better future for themselves and their children in the United States, which I cannot blame them for wanting to do that, but this is not the proper way to do it. It's insane. So, I'm watching the news and they're talking about the amount of money that the United States government gives to Honduras and Guatemala and all these countries, these Central American countries that are shipping these people across Mexico to come to the United States in a caravan. Well, if the United States is giving, and I heard the number was $500 million a year to these countries, each country down there, and that dictatorship or that government is abusing their people, why would we be giving them money? It doesn't make any sense to me. Is it a humanitarian thing or is it just to keep dictators in power? So Trump has supposedly shut that off. No more money to those countries. Keep your damn people there and the money will continue. But, the Honduran government, and I guess that's where the majority of these people are from, the Honduran government opened those gates up into Mexico and said, or whatever country borders them. I'm not familiar with South America. I have no desire to go in there. I would like to go through the Panama Canal at some point in my life, but right now, it just doesn't make sense. How can a country say, hey, see you later, 5,000 of you are leaving the country, open the gates into Mexico, and Mexico's standing there like, okay, we'll take you as long as you're just passing through. Give me a break. They went through that illegally. They crossed that illegally, or Mexico allowed them to come into their country illegally, and the Mexican laws usually dictate death if you cross into their country illegally. I doubt that the Mexican government would say, sure, as long as you're passing through, come on in. It's like knocking on the door of somebody's house and say, hey, can I use your bathroom? And they say no. And then you say, but I have diarrhea. And they're like, well, why didn't you say so? Come on in. That's not the way that works. I've crossed borders before. It's a pain in the ass. Even for an American citizen like myself. You go to the border security, you present your passport, your bill of lading, or the goods that you are going to be transporting into their country, you have to pay a gratuity tax, or not a gratuity, but a tax, a VAT or whatever on the stuff that's coming into that country, said country, even if you're just passing through. It's a pain in the ass. These people didn't do that. Come on. So, anyway, Trump has said that he's going to put the Marines down, the actual Marines, not the what do you call it, National Guard, the actual Marines down on the border. Well, good. Because if the Border Patrol is not strong enough to stop a caravan of 5,000 people, then the Marines should do it. Now, if these people go to an actual port of entry or point of entry into the United States and they do it properly, there you go. There's nothing the Marines can do. That is somewhat of a proper way of getting into the United States. Now, each one of these people have to be vetted. They have to be brought into a room, interrogated, separated from their children. Yes, separated from their children. And people are all fucked up about this. Oh, they're putting them in cages. Well, I'm going to tell you a quick little story here. And I almost got put in a cage without even knowing about it. And I would have been separated from my children, especially William, which needs me the most. My driver's license was suspended. And I didn't open the mail, and I didn't even know that my driver's license was suspended. If I got pulled over by a police officer for doing something like speeding, which I do frequently, I would have been put in a cage, separated from my children. Yes. Would it have been scary? Fuck yeah. I wouldn't have been happy about it. They'd detained me until I could explain myself or stood before a judge and, got released on my own recognizance, as they say. But I definitely would have been arrested and put in a cage because I broke the law. Doesn't matter if you got children and you're an American citizen. They still separate you from your children. And, here's a concept. Suppose I had William in the truck with me and I got pulled over. Do you think that they were going to put William in that cage with me? Fuck no. Child Protective Services would have came and said, "You're an asshole. You're driving with a suspended license. We're taking your child and he's going into foster care." That's what would have happened. So all these idiots, they're jumping up and down. They're separating families. They're separating families. Well, I'm so fucking sorry that they're separating your families. How's this sound? Don't attempt to cross the border illegally. Don't come here without the proper paperwork. If you're seeking asylum and you're actually seeking asylum, then you will be reunited shortly. Just be patient. Your children will be watching Bugs Bunny and Teletubbies, okay? Yeah, in those cages there's really nice couches. Anyway, whatever. Enough of that shit. So, 5,000 people coming across the border at a random in a random area. That's an invasion force. Shoot them. I may not sound like a politically correct guy, and I am not politically correct, but Pancho Villa came into New Mexico back in 1916 with about 300 men, or maybe it was 1,000 men. I don't know. It was between 300 to 1,000 men, and for about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, there was a hell of a firefight. And thanks to the American soldiers that were stationed there, they fought off Pancho Villa, and back across the border he went with his ragtag crew of shot-up idiots. So that was an invasion force of 300 to 1,000 men. Now, this history lesson is old in my mind, so somebody can probably or possibly correct me. Probably Timmy Cornpicker would be able to tell me this, and probably 90% of the people watching this didn't even know that Pancho Villa came into New Mexico on an invasion back in 1916 to stir up trouble so that he could take over power from the powers that were in Mexico, because they wanted a war between Mexico and the United States, which would overthrow that government. And Pancho Villa would be able to slip it in long, hard, and dry. Oh, yeah, deep too. Anyway, so that's just the way that works. So now we've got an invasion force if they're going to cross any given spot in El Paso, Texas, because that's where they're headed towards. Whether they go through the gate or whether they go over the wall or through the fence or whatever is there. I don't know what it looks like there. It's an invasion force, and it should be met with a proper response, which is, M60s or saws or whatever the hell else they've got, grenade launchers, whatever the fuck they're gonna shoot at them. I'd shoot them. I would shoot them. I think the border wall should have robotic rifles on it, and anybody coming up to that wall, up to the wall, not to the gate, but to the wall. There should be people that are sick in the mind that are willing to pay, say, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 a shot at their home computer and just, hey, $500 today, maybe you can shoot an illegal immigrant. Huh? There we go. We'll pay for that wall. I mean, I guarantee you. So they sit here with their mouse and they're like, okay, I see one. Okay, it's in the crosshairs. And yes, I got him. Done. Buzzer goes off. Killed one. Cleanup crew, aisle 7. Done. They'll stop coming. They don't want to die. They want to come here for our free shit. They don't want to die. So, yeah, that's just what I would do. Because I'm a bastard. But we are a nation of laws, and due process is what I support. So, come to the gate. Knock on the gate. Say, hey, listen, back in my country, I'm being raped by the soldiers, and this child is a product of rape, and they do this, every day, and I can't get away from them, so I'm seeking asylum. Or as a man, hey, I cleared my banana plantation, and they come, and they take it away because I do the hard work for them, and they take a gun, and they stick it up my ass, and they, threaten to kill me, and I have to come back, and start all over. Please let me in. Maybe that'll get you in the door. I don't know. I'm not an illegal alien. I was born here. I'm a privileged white male. I mean, come on. And yes, white privilege does exist, and it only exists because that's the way the world works. Even after we are a minority in this nation, we will still have what they consider white privilege, which it doesn't matter, whatever. It is what it is. I'm kind of happy for it, I guess. I mean, I'm not racist or in any means, but if white privilege exists and I'm benefiting from it without being a racist, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't make the rules. I was born into it. What the hell do you want me to do? Blame me? Prosecute me? Hang me up and say, he's a white man. Let's get him. That shit ain't happening. So, anyway, I guess we're getting off the agricultural side of this thing and into politico. But yeah, the wall, will the wall do it? It's only 12 feet. It's, they're making a 12-foot wall. Back when George Bush II was in office, it was a 10-foot wall. Or an 8-foot wall. He was going to make a 10-foot wall. And the joke was, well, the immigrants will just bring an 11-foot ladder. They'll be over it in no time at all. So, all right. The wall that Donald Trump wanted to build was 30 feet high, and it was going to be able to have a set of cars, a rail line, or whatever across the top of it so that the Border Patrol can patrol it pretty rapidly and stop illegal immigration, which, it had to be watered down from that. A 30-foot wall, they can still scale a 30-foot wall. They can. You could stop them with, 3 wires. 3 wires and 3-phase electric. You ever get near 3-phase electric? I've been near it. It's some scary ass shit if you don't know what you're doing. And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know what I'm doing around 3-phase electric. I thought that there was a nice little ground wire in there when I was fucking with 3 other wires, and it didn't get me. But it sure did make a nice blue flash, and I couldn't see for a while. So, yeah, 3-phase electric, 4 wires. I think it's 4 wires for 3-phase. I'm not sure. Just string them motherfuckers up right across the ground. They blunder in them and done. Big old bug zapper. Go back, clean up, aisle 7, Hondurans trying to cross the gate. You'll know when there's a power surge in that electric. There's a meter, I'm sure, on it going. When that happens, you've either gotten a deer, which could happen quite often, or a person. But deer don't like electric, so. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on the caravan. George Soros should be, if he is the one that is supplying them the money to come into the country, then George Soros needs to be arrested. He is an American citizen that is funding an invasion force. He is a treasonistic bastard and needs to be taken out. So, wow. Anyway, here we go. I don't even know what I'm going to do here. I've been talking for 20 minutes about treason and borders and illegals, and just do it right, guys. I mean, if you're out there and you want to cross into the United States, do it legally, do it correctly. It's not as expensive as everybody thinks. Yes, it is going to take money and determination. Determination gets you a job, the job gets you money, and from there you can cross into the United States legally. Look at Teresa. She came here legally, took time, took money, and determination. She was determined. She got a job. She worked. She got here. Bada bing, bada boom. End of story. Now she lives with me. Oh, anyway. Yep. Oh, my back hurts bad. So, let's see. What else are we going to talk about? Oh, trying to get this hay done. Yeah, I guess we try to get this hay done. I see that corn harvest here in the east is in full swing now. Soybeans, too. A neighbor of mine, he's working his ass off trying to get that done. We got a nor'easter. He's got 2 John Deere combines, older ones, 9600s. They're working quite wonderfully, he says. So he's got a guy that's running for parts for him when he does have a problem, and he'll just shut one down and, call up his buddies. Hey, can you go get this? Off to a salvage yard. He grabbed a pulley or something that he burned up. Bearing went out, took the pulley out. So these older combines, they still get the job done. My 96 John TR96 will more than likely come right back out of the building and go to work and get the job done when I need it to. I don't need to spend $500,000 to $700,000 on a combine just to get some work done. A few hundred acres, and there's plenty of parts out there for these machines anyway. Yeah, I know when I do start growing corn again, you guys are just going to fucking be like, oh, you need a new CR, or need C, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what the hell models are out there. I don't know. You need an S760, I think, isn't it, or 780? I don't even know what the hell they are. Yeah, because I don't keep up on things. Now, if you want to talk balers, yeah, the 1290 HDP high speed or 1290 HDP2, those, I know all about them because that's what I'm in right now. So, yeah. It's nice you have to work with your kids, Dad, every day. Been a while since I saw your daughter in a video. Been a while since she's been at the farm. So, anyways, I guess I really don't need to answer or talk about these questions and stuff. There's just really, they're kind of redundant from the previous video. Keep talking, Mr. Panda. You're good at it. I appreciate what you have to say. Intelligence, wisdom, and blunt honesty. Is there any other way to be? And I can touch on that too. When I meet people that I know from, say, YouTube, and they're in the same genre as me, I'm generally shocked as to what they're really like in real life. How farms work. Now, I'm not saying bad stuff about these people. Don't take this wrong. How farms works. Stony Ridge Farmer. R. Peak. Ken. 1963 two-door Impala two-door. The Mr. Heavy Chevy. I mean, even Travis Kraft. I've met these people. These are all YouTubers. I've met a lot of YouTubers over the years. I've sought them out. They've sought me out. Cotton Top 3 again. Now, they're all great people. They all have this right here. This right here. When they get in front of this right here, this camera, they tame down their what they tame down their language. They tame down what they put out there. They tame down what they're saying. They kitty cat it, so it's like meow. It's a much softer video. I don't do that. When it's in the moment, it's on video. When we're doing something, it's on video, and you get the raw, you get the rank, you get the good, you get the bad. It's there. That's what you get. So, meeting people from Minnesota Millennial Farmer. Guarantee you, when I meet that guy, and I probably will, because I kind of like Zach. I like what I see with Zach. I mean, he's like tech savvy, which I'm not. I mean, I know how to work a camera. I don't even have it up here right now. But he's tech savvy, and he's yield minded, and he wants to advance in agriculture, and he's got good ideas. But and I guarantee you when I meet that guy, he's different than what he is on film. And everyone that I have met has their mannerism is different, their speech is different, their they're just different. It's like there's a YouTube personality. And I guarantee you, anybody that's been out there and met me, I'm no different in real life than I am on TV, if you call it TV, on YouTube. I just don't feel the need to get into this character. I just don't feel the need to get into a character. And the first time I heard Ryan of Hal Farms Work drop the F-bomb, I was like, oh my God, Ryan. And I said that. I'm like, holy shit, you cursed. He says, yes, Wesley, I do. I just keep it off of YouTube. And to their defense, that's a good way of being. I'm raw. I don't care. I'm 46 years old. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like what you see, here you go. Sit and spin, pal. I don't care. I didn't start this channel for the sole purpose of becoming a YouTube sensation. I didn't come on to YouTube to become a star of sorts, and I certainly didn't come onto it to become rich. Do I make money? Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I make money on this channel. Is it good money? Most people are surprised as to how much money I do make on YouTube. I'm not allowed to discuss it. It is in my contract, and they will demonetize me if I do discuss the longs and the shorts. If you want to know how much money I make, you can probably go to Social Blade and pick a number, because it's a very broad spectrum on there. You'll never know exactly what it is. But so I never got onto YouTube with the sole purpose. I was in YouTube before they started paying people. There was a select few that were getting paid. Excuse me. That were getting paid at the time. They were just a select few. I was not one of the select few. It took me a year before I became one of the selected, chosen channels to be on YouTube. And at that time, I was a little tamer than I am now. Well, no, I guess. But after a while, back in those days, you could be you. That was the name, YouTube. You were allowed to be you. You were allowed to say and do what you felt, as long as you were not excessively cursing, which I don't excessively curse. Some people will say one curse word is too many. They're just words, ladies and gentlemen. It's not like it's the end of the world if I say, fuck you, you asshole, because I hear that every day. It's not, I go out somewhere, I'm always hearing somebody saying something that's off color. But come about 2014, that's when the Nazis took over YouTube, really. Maybe it was a little sooner than that, when they really started cracking down on some of the guys that were, being real. And they either tamed it down or quit producing videos, because Gurgle, Gobble My Balls, decided that it was, we're going to demonetize and demonetize and demonetize. And then, when Gurgle, Gobble My Balls got themselves into trouble for advertising on ISIS and, Hamas or whatever the hell that was over there in Iran or Palestine or Israel, whatever, they got in trouble. Coca-Cola caught them with ads on beheading videos, because Gobble My Balls was just, hey, let's put an ad on there. Now, whether ISIS or whatever the hell it was that they were advertising on ever received $1, I doubt they did, but they may have. Gobble My Balls certainly did, because even if you were not monetized or you didn't sign up for AdSense, Gobble My Balls was putting ads on your channel. Honest to God, they were. The only way that you could get a video out there that did not have advertising on it was if you put music from the radio or put music in your videos, which is 100% legal on YouTube. You can do it. I could go and do it. I just can't monetize my video. So if I do something that's off color and I put it out there, I just don't monetize it. And then you don't get videos of advertising and things like that. So, yeah. So that's just me. I am me 24/7. I don't I don't pick up a camera and become a tamed down meek mouse of myself. I just do it because that's me. If you don't like me, then don't watch me. It's okay. I'm not going to get offended. What pisses me off is when they come on to into the comments section and they make up untruthful stuff and you know post it all over and create controversy. And there's just a few people like that out there on the internet that you can't you just can't get control of. They're just like total blatant assholes, and you got to block them. And when you block them, they fire up another one. Okay, farming, fixing, and fabricating. I love your thoughts on grass-fed beef. Absolutely spot on. All it is a gimmick anyway. I agree with you. Now, I've heard a lot about you farming, fixing, and fabricating. Now, I've watched a few things that you have done. I am not a subscriber of yours, and I probably should be because I hear really good things about farming, fixing, and fabricating. And I don't know. Maybe I'll go there after I'm done and I'll subscribe. I find myself subscribed to just a very few number of channels, and the people that I'm subscribed to are really like-minded to me, and eventually they just quit posting videos because they care more about their wallet, or they can't stand the comment section, which I don't blame them. Some it can be pretty brutal on here, but I'm going to check out your channel, and if you're like me in any way, then I'll subscribe, and we'll maybe I'll meet you someday. Who knows? Not that I'm the almighty one lonely farmer. I am just me. I'm being surpassed on a daily basis by other farming channels, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It really doesn't bother me at all. The Minnesota Millennial Farmer, he sailed right past me, and I'm happy for him. I really am happy for him because I'm not in competition with these guys. I'm not like how farms works. I'll shake their hand and say congratulations, in which I did when I met them, because it's an accomplishment to take over, say, someone that you looked up to. Now, I happen to like Ryan and Travis and Dwight and Beth. I like them very much. And Alicia, that's the sister. I've met them all. And little Jack, he's a little guy, I appreciate their views on agriculture. They bring a great amount of content to the internet, to the YouTube. Zach, too. Zach's funny, or Millennial Farmer. He's funny. He's quick and dirty. I mean, he's always on the move. And I really think that's why I like his channel a lot, because right now we're doing this. Done. He shuts the camera off, goes to the next one. Well, we got that job done, and then we're doing this. Well, the blower pipe blew off, and now I got 25 bushels all over the ground. I got to sweep it up. Done. Gone. And off he goes. So he's quick and dirty, and I like that. He's clean, quick, and dirty. And I think that's what Gobble My Balls really wants, that type of a farming channel. They don't want my type of farming channel, even though I'm the granddaddy of the farming community on here, hence the white hair. Not this channel, but the One Lonely Farmer channel. And I'm pretty sure that 99% of the people that are watching this right now know that the One Lonely Farmer channel is what I'm really referring to. So, and I got to go edit that video out. Yeah, the sun's coming up and I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle, and I'm probably going to get demonetized for that. So, anyways, with that being said, thanks for sticking around. Hope you liked my political rant. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Maybe most people just think that I'm an asshole, and that's okay, because I'm an American. I'm already pegged an asshole. So, thanks again.